Hey guys, welcome back to the Ham channel. I'm Dino, and today I got with me Peyton. I know we've been learning a few more complex tricks. I've been working with a lot of younger kids lately, and I do think maybe I'll step it back a little bit and we'll work on some basics. So say you just started skating and you're out there doing it by yourself and you really don't know which way to put your feet or which way to push, or you don't know what you even are, if you're goofy or regular. Today I kind of want to go over what you are and what I can do to help perfect how you're pushing and everything that's going on, so you can really start to actually learn these tricks that I'm teaching you. We're going to start with if you push goofy. Now you may not understand what I'm saying when I say that, but say you're hopping on your board and you could be pushing two separate ways. You could be putting your right foot in the front and you could be pushing like this, not fast, not slow, it doesn't matter. And then at that time you're actually hopping back on like this and trying to ride, or like this, or however you are pushing. But you could be doing a thing that skateboarders call, normally when you start skateboarding on, it's not the correct way to push, but it's called Mongo. And that's when you put your left foot on, or it would be your right foot, in the back of the board, and you push, and when you do, you're putting your front foot back on like this, or if you are regular, you're putting it on like this. Now whether or not you're putting the feet back on the board correctly or not, it's not the correct way to push, and you always want to try to get yourself out of it. I pushed like that for 8 months, so no big deal. Just take some time. Let me show you how I would push if I were you starting out skateboarding. So say you figured out, okay, I'm goofy. We'll start with goofy. Normally you want to put this front foot, which would be your right foot, in the front, but you don't always want to angle it straight forward. You kind of want to have an angle to it, because when you are pushing and say you lean one way or the other, you kind of want to have a little bit of one foot, the toe or the heels, if you're falling one way or the other. You kind of see what I'm saying? Goes both ways. If you're pushing regular, you kind of want to have your foot turned a little bit so you have control in the front. And you never want to have too much weight forward, because you obviously fall forward. Too much weight back, you won't look right. You'll look a little crooked, like when you're pushing, just won't look correct. So you just got to find that balance right above that front truck when you're pushing. And if you have to just baby push, like do some baby pushes when you hop on here, like if you do this and you're just doing some small pushes, oh well, it's no big deal. Like, just figure out where you're at and how it feels good for you. But I mean, I will show you some solid, fluent pushes later. But really, let's just learn how to push and get your feet correct. So what I want to get at is when you put your other back foot on the board, I don't want you putting your feet facing forward like this. This is really dangerous, and any moment you could hit a rock, or you could lean too far back and you won't be able to actually catch yourself because you're leaning back. And with your feet like this, you're not going to be able to like catch yourself at all. If you put both feet like sideways, like your body's so spread apart here, like your knee, like even whenever you're standing on the ground, even if your feet are spread apart like this, like you've got real good center of gravity, like you're stronger, you're able to like catch yourself in a lot of ways, like being pushed forward or back. But even if you're standing on the ground like this, like Corden, come over here, like if I'm standing like this, so push me like one way or the other, like it's hard to catch myself if my feet, do it again, like if my feet are like this, like it's really hard to catch myself. But if you do it like this, like my feet should be on the board, it's like a lot easier because I have a lot more like center of gravity and I can catch myself a little easier. But when you're under wheels, or when you're above the wheels, it's kind of more scary to want to fall, and you won't be able to catch yourself. You don't want to reach out and break any arms. Like, I want to show you the correct way to push, and I just want you to learn right away that where your feet need to be on the board, so you're not just wasting any time. I'm going to show you guys some correct ways to push both ways on both goofy or regular. So here, I'll show you guys some. Alright guys, so I'm pushing goofy and I got my right foot slanted just a little bit, but I keep my left foot kind of close to the board. When I'm pushing, I don't want to take my foot too far away from it. Here we are going regular, same as that thing, everything's flip-flopped. And when I put my foot back on, I just try to find myself to be comfortable standing just like that. Like here we go again, I'm pushing goofy, nothing changes, and I'm just trying to find my comfortability here. If anything, if I could teach you guys any other information on this basic tool you're gonna need to be better at other tricks, is definitely just stand on this thing. Like, say you're goofy and you're putting your feet like exactly like I have mine here, right? You wanna put it here. Like, you're just gonna wanna get used to being like spread apart So just really get used to keeping your feet apart, really far apart, and not facing forward like so. Like, you just don't want to use it. It's hard to turn, it's hard to jump off, there's a lot of hard things that makes it a lot harder. I kind of want to show you exactly where to put your feet. Here's my board, and I'm goofy. When I'm like cruising, I kind of want to, like I said, the way you were pushing with the front foot, it's angled too. But you can do it, you can kind of find a different angle. Just make sure it's not straight. Just find the right angle for you. And I always put this back foot almost in my, there's a tail, this is your tail. There's like almost an invisible line right behind the bolts. I feel like that's where I put my foot a lot of time when I'm cruising or when I'm pushing, because it's real easy from that point to just take your foot off and put it back on, and take your foot off and put it back on. It's just a really easy spot, and that way there's no, because if I put it here, I won't be able to pop. If I put it way too far up here, it's almost like I have less foot on the board, and it's not as, I'm not as controlled. Yeah, it goes the same for regular. Foot about there, and then find it from about here to here. I mean, you could just find where it feels the best, like the most comfortable. But to me, that's kind of where I would put your feet. And then from that point on, you just really want to try to get smooth with it, you know, like find your style and really nail this down so we can start popping the board and doing tricks on transitions and banks, and that way you don't look so uncomfortable going into these tricks. All right, guys, I really hope this helps you. I know all you guys probably beginners really learning this trick. I hope this helps all you goofy skaters and all you regular skaters, and if you're pushing Mongo, I hope you get out of it real quick. It's definitely something you want to like push away and really start getting that style of yours. And guys, I appreciate it, man. Hopefully this helps. If you want to, just DM me. I'll talk to you guys. If I can help you out, I will. But if you could, please like, comment, and subscribe right here. That'd be great. Everybody, hope you all have a great day.